There's no better time to find these tremendous Mazda savings than right now at Team Mazda. Get 0% financing on any new Mazda CX-5, Mazda CX-30, Mazda CX-50, or the Mazda CX-90. Find out just how much you can save at Team Mazda on Airline.
Almost 7:03.
Almost fell off my box.
What the hell are you doing?
So you're in
over
a
there?
different
All
spot today.
confusing.
You're kind of trading spaces around here. This is a good configuration.
I like this.
Did you ask our director, Bobby, if it was
No,
okay
I
first?
go where I want, and he moves the camera.
Is that right?
Oh, son, you are about to be
Ding,
cut
ding,
out of every
ding.
shot.
Yep.
Telling you guys stay with Johnny on that shot because his boxes are so not aligned. If he makes one misstep, he's going off that thing.
Stay.
Oh,
stay.
my God.
Look how wobbly that is. Oh, good thing OSHA's not watching.
All right, here
Is
we go.
anybody
Careful,
watching?
careful, careful.
Johnny.
Johnny.
He sure is. John,
Good morning,
good morning.
Game
John.
time with Johnny's.
Tuesdays
John?
and Thursdays.
We're watching, so
John
that's
watches.
four. That's five people.
That's it.
We got Matt over here. That's six.
Yeah, Venezia is in studio.
We still have a little more morning drive to go. Are we going to have bad weather?
Johnny
during the
is
morning?
very much wanting
Matt,
to push
wave
this
with your
along.
foot.
Yeah, wave.
Bobby, there we
Oh,
go.
there
Look
you
at Matt in studio.
Hey, Matt Venezia.
He got to be in-house today, so it's been fun tracking all the things that he's following,
like
that we're
him in-house.
following.
Yeah,
We sure do.
I like
It's
that.
nice to
I
have
like
everybody
that.
here.
Okay, so we've been talking a lot about the Olympics, right? And it's going to be a unique opening ceremony down the River Seine, that kind of a thing. You've got a river behind you right there. Clear shot of the big money, and you got the downtown behind you. How are we doing?
Not too bad. Now, we're going to see the rain a little bit later in the day, but we're going to start off relatively quiet, so that's good news for the morning commute. We'll get to Johnny on that in just a second. 76 out your door, leveled off at about 75 degrees. You know, we made it all the way up to 93 yesterday. It felt hot. I didn't think it was that hot, though. Just one above our average, so we should be around 92 degrees, 4 inches on the month, 38.5 on the year, and counting, because we're going to definitely add to that tally a little bit later on today. Nothing doing in our live local first alert radar. You are good to go, but we don't have to go that far away for showers and non-severe thunderstorms that are right now over in Lake Charles and eventually knocking on the doorsteps of both Lafayette and eventually Baton Rouge. Now, we've seen these thunderstorms out there to the west between Houston and Galveston really begin to dissolve. They're kind of losing their punch, so I don't think they're going to be quite that strong when they make it to our neck of the woods later today. And let's hope that this stays just like this, nice and quiet. The tropical Atlantic, very little going on over there, and I really think it can't be overstated that the African dust is definitely playing a role. With the wind particles up, you see the outline of the Bermuda High, which has really been the driving force for anything that forms out there, including the African dust. So it wraps around that Bermuda High, and that's why it gets wrapped up to the north, right? And it makes its way eventually to Louisiana and Texas. Not good for your allergies or your upper respiratory ailments, but as long as it keeps the lid on tropical storm season, I think we're going to be happy campers there. Futurecast graph model is going to combine the thunderstorms out to the west and then a developing area of thunderstorms out to the south, bring them both up and converge over our area right between 1, maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then we freeze it up right here at 3 in the afternoon. Again, not expecting anything severe, but certainly can't rule out a couple of brief heavy downpours, and that looks like a better chance a little bit later on in the afternoon. Then the timing of when the rain wraps up, still a little bit touch and go, but I would say at or before 8 p.m., that's when it looks to really die down, so your Friday outdoor evening plans might be looking a little bit better. I would say the later, the better there. And the European model is going to show the same wet, unsettled weather pattern. Afternoon thunderstorms on Saturday, keep it going, freeze it up on Sunday, keep it going one more time, freeze it up on Monday. But after that, all of a sudden it starts to get a little bit quieter out there. So the rain chances might actually start to go down a little bit later on in the forecast. Here's what I'm talking about. 70%ers right on through the weekend, but then we go down the stairwell until we make our way down 30%. Matter of fact, I even have us down to a 20% by the end of next work week. For today, though, we're still bullish at that 70% chance with a high temperature around 90 degrees. For tonight, again, your evening plans are okay. I would say the earlier, the higher the chance of rain, the later, the better, because we'll take you down to about 0. I would say well before midnight. In the all-important extended forecast, like I said, the rain chances later in the 10-day start to go down. Whether or not that's a good thing, I'll leave that for you to decide, as the forecast highs look like they rebound later on as well. 7:07 out your door. Johnny Asian, how are those roads cooperating on a Friday?
Well, I think we need to look at the drive times. Kind of tells the story. Really good looking drives this morning. 16 from Gonzales, only 11 from the Denham Springs area. We start that measurement at Juban. Here's I-10, I-12 at the 1012 merge heading west. See the Marriott in the background from our Gordon McKernan First Alert Traffic Camera Network here at College Drive. Very light light traffic on the westbound side there until you get past Acadian. It'll slow down a little bit between Perkins and the Louise Street off-ramp on I-10 West. And then in the background, you see LA1 just a little bit tighter in traffic getting onto the on-ramp to come into the Baton Rouge area on the I-10 bridge. 7:07, Matt Williams and Liz Coe will be right back after a short break. Give you an update on some of the more important headlines you might have missed during 9 News this morning. We do it every morning at 7 o'clock, just a little after 7. 9 News Now here on the Plus. We'll be right back.
Did you take Spanish or French in high school?
Oh, she'll love that.
Time. Turn around.
Welcome back to it. 7:09 your time right now. I'm going to step you through a few of the headlines on a Friday. We're going to get into the weekend as well. But this morning, an early morning for the Baton Rouge Fire Department, trying to knock down a fire. This is Eaton Street, and my gosh, Liz, our Brandon Shackelford went out there, and it looks like this house is just going to be a total loss.
I mean, wait till you see the video here. So, yeah, this is Eaton, not far from Winburn. You can see the tip of the home there. Mostly charred, but wait until you see the middle of the home. You can see windows knocked out here. Not sure if anybody was home at the time. You can see the inside almost looks boarded up. Waiting for more details from the Baton Rouge Fire Department to let us know first if anyone was home at the time and whether anyone was living there or what started it. A lot of details to be worked out, but Matt, you can see a busy scene here as it's a hot morning. You got firefighters working to put out this fire, keeping their eyes on some hot points there as well. We'll keep our eyes on it.
Man, always some hard work there. So from FD to PD, Baton Rouge Police Department now working shooting. This is one of the latest ones in Baton Rouge. Actually, we got a person in critical condition after this shooting. This is along Airline Highway. Yeah,
we're actually told that BRPD responded to this one here, the 5900 block. That person in critical condition. We're told that the victim may have actually been in a car when the shots were fired. Now, a video footage there from the scene shows maybe some bullet holes in the car that they're looking at. Still more questions and answers here, but if you can help police with this investigation, they're asking you to call in those tips anonymously to Crime Stoppers.
Speaking of questions that need some answers, an investigation here from BRPD, but they don't even know who this person is, right? So they're hoping that you do. Liz, they're saying he might be connected, or that he is connected now to a burglary investigation.
They say that this person, whoever this is, could be responsible here for stealing a victim's purse and then eventually using the victim's credit card here. This happened somewhere recently, they say, in the vicinity of North Foster Street and North Street. If you can help them figure out who this is, call it into Crime Stoppers.
This is just one of those stories you never want to see, Liz. When our first responders are getting out, trying to do some work for the community, that kind of thing, a shooting and then a death. An officer killed in Lafayette, 3 others injured.
Yeah.
This is awful. This is just, you're looking at the scene here, and they're telling us now what, suspect in custody.
Yes, and the 2 other hostages that I actually had at the time of this incident here also safe right now, but we're told that one slain officer there, the Lafayette Police Department mourning the loss. Lafayette PD actually helping out the John Red City Fire, the Marshal's office there as they were serving an arrest warrant. SWAT team was also called out to the scene there. Because this is an officer-involved shooting, you've got an outside agency, Louisiana State Police, investigating this. A lot of questions here in this investigation as well, but Matt, certainly something we're going to follow here in the hours to come.
Just devastating news.
Yeah.
Let's get you to Riverville Parish.
Yeah.
We've been talking a lot about school right around the corner. Well, here's the thing. For some, it used to be right around the corner in Riverville Parish, but it ain't anymore because they can't get around the corner. Gross State Bridge is out.
Good
so
point.
They were talking with the folks there, with the officials, about how we're going to be using that pedestrian ferry.
They put this in for a reason, the permanent one, right?
Yes.
Before they were using the wildlife and fisheries boat that could only transport between 8 and 12 people. Now you're looking at the brand new one that the parish crews worked to set up, that permanent dock there for folks to get on. 18 people per trip, and they say between 60 and 100 kids actually use that way to get to and from. from the bridge. So how is this going to impact the morning drive? Well, that's going to, parents were actually sent a form for you to choose how your child will get to school there in Iberville Parish. There's a lot to follow, but there's going to be restrictions and limitations. Like if there's lightning or severe weather in the area, it's not going to be in service. So a lot to work out.
Keep that in mind.
Yes.
Let's get you out to Tangipahoa Parish. Actually, the Tangipahoa Parish Jail. Been in the news a lot.
Yeah.
They're making some headlines. And now an investigation after an inmate death?
Yes, this one coming from the Tangipahoa Parish Sheriff's Office. Them letting us know about Christopher Woodard. They say 47-year-old Christopher Woodward was actually there Monday because of a number of charges, but they're actually telling us around 5:45 Thursday, he was actually reported feeling not well. So before he could be transferred to the medical wing, well, he became unresponsive, and that's when we're told the medical staff was able to call for an ambulance. They were able to do some procedures here to try to save his life, but by the time he got to the hospital, not the outcome there. The inmate death reported again by TPSO. As that investigation continues, we'll update this story on the 9 News app.
What you want to talk about? You want to jump ahead here? You want to talk about Olympics? Let's do some Olympic stuff, because I mean we're about ready to kick off. It is 7:13, 12:30 our time is when that ceremony gets going there in Parish. You're seeing LSU and the Olympic symbol right there, because LSU's got a number of athletes going. But you know what? Regardless, it's purple and gold there, but everybody going red, white, and blue, right? For the big Olympics.
It's going to look so good there down the River Send, all the different boats, the different delegates and representative. This is when the world comes together. Sure, it's a competition, but it is a beautiful showing here when you see them all to come together, raising their flags there, kind of doing that big show to open everything. The game's already kicking off. But Matt, it's going to be so cool to see this display and this showmanship.
I'm really excited to see this entry. It's unlike anything ever before. All the ceremonies have been in the stadiums, and they've all been great. But down the river, 6-kilometer route along the River Send there, across going by some incredible monuments in Paris. I mean, this is going to be, I'm excited to see it.
Oh, you think about all the athletes too, local and all around the world. Young people getting to experience this. Soak up that moment, because this is once in a lifetime.
It really is. It really
I
is.
was over there for about a week a year ago. And saw them where they were preparing for it. It was like getting goosebumps. I was like, I'd love to be here next year.
I know.
Here we are.
Oh, already here.
It's crazy that the preparations are that far out.
Years in advance.
We already know Salt Lake City, that's going to be the Winter Olympics in 2034.
2034.
Yeah, Johnny's going to be. Johnny and Steve, the luge. Yeah.
You could be driving a Honda.
Now's the best time to get an award-winning Honda during the Honda Summer Event at Team Honda. Find top performance and unbeatable reliability with our outstanding selection of new Hondas. Save on your new Honda today at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda.